season went on. Do you feel like that was maybe your best or close to your best effort in an ACC title game?
Yes, I think it was really good for us. Not just as an O-line, but as an offense. I think we're one of the segments where we really feed off other guys' energy, and we always try to produce our own, make our own. And I think when we're playing complementary football on offense, doing things that maybe we struggled before, but now we're doing them well, passing the ball, didn't really turn over the ball that much. Those are really big for us, and I think we really get a lot from that up front.
Now, obviously, you're not the guy that makes the changes, but when Cade came in, did you say anything to him? Do you talk to him at all?
Yeah. I mean, I would say to him, because in the day, I want to win. In the day, I want to win games over everything, personnel, want to win games, and I think everyone would agree with that as well. We're here because we want to win, because the fun is in the winning, right? And that's why I told him, just encourage him, hey, man, I don't make the decisions. I don't really know what's going on back there all the time, but, you're the guy now, and I want you to do well. And I would say even more so, I've been able to do that this week. Now that, he's getting reps with the ones and stuff like that, just kind of a little bit of encouragement as well. And also, to his credit as well, he's a very contagious guy. He does bring a lot of energy, always very positive, and I feed off those things as well. So I think for me and us as offensive line, keeping him in good spirits, keeping him in good energy like he is, and like he has been, is really good for us and for this offense.
What kind of leader is he?
Just overall, just a good guy. First off, I'll say he's a good leader because that he's doing everything he can to be his best. So that he's not asking anyone to do anything that he's not willing to do, and so on. And I think that's one big thing of being a leader is, guys know that you care, and guys can trust you, which we can trust him. And it makes it easier for you to kind of buy in.
With him getting close to all the ones now, is there any difference in snapping to him as compared to DJ?
Not necessarily. There's obviously just different people. Cade's a little bit more vocal, I would say, a little bit more kind of outspoken. When DJ, he was more so just kind of cool, calm, collected. Which I respect both of those kind of player styles, characters. So yeah, it's been a little bit different, but not necessarily too much.
How much different is he when you talk about him being more vocal? Is that a leadership thing, him getting in guys?
Yes, and I think it's also just that's just how he is. Mm-hmm. I think that's just kind of how he grew up, and I think also that kind of helps him, build confidence in himself too. So I think it's great, seeing a guy like that, always good energy, always clapping, saying let's go. I would rather a guy that's more like that than a guy you can't necessarily hear. Even though for someone like me, I'm experienced. I've played. I don't know how much I played, but I've played a lot. I might not necessarily need that, but I think it's good for younger guys who are now coming into bigger roles on this offense in this team, and just guys on scout team trying to hang on and trying to keep on going. I think that energy is just really good and contagious.
Is that vocal part? Is that the biggest difference in the offense with him at quarterback?
I'd say so. Mm-hmm.
And with him, you don't know when he's going to take off either. He can run.
Oh yeah.
So what do you have to be aware of, knowing that little rabbit's back there?
Yeah, I would say for us, definitely in pass protection. Just like anything else, but really trying to maintain our blocks and hold them on as long as we can. Because a guy like him, if let's say you're blocking him, I might got him, and you kind of let him slip. He might be running. He might see a crease, might see a hole. He might be running. And I think really just playing even more so to the whistle, especially when he keeps the ball and runs it. Helping out, try to keep some hits off of him, seeing if you can't get an extra hit on a defender or DB coming down and crack him, stuff like that.
A lot of questions about this unit in the spring. Obviously, been a strong point for the team this year. Just kind of reflect on, what have y'all done so well to be so consistent?
I think one, just the continuity of personnel. Pretty much everyone's. Besides Marcus getting hurt a little bit, but Mitchell's also a guy who's been around, so he knows what's. He knows what's good. Also, we've just been very, very consistent. I think in our practice, I love how we do our practice, our individual work. I think we definitely, Coach Austin definitely identifies everything that we need to work on throughout the week, and stuff that we need to work on personally, and also how that pertains to our opponent. We're about to play like Tennessee, for example, and kind of doing drill specific for our improvement, more so than just check boxes. I think that's really good as well. And then we just get a lot of support from our coaching staff, which is also good to have.
Well, there are a lot of questions about your transition to center and how you handle that going into the season. At what point did you get comfortable in the year, just with everything that came along with the position?
Yeah. I would say fully comfortable. I'd say probably right after NC State game. I think just from certain technique stuff, I feel like that's when I think we played Boston College. I think around that game is when I just kind of felt playing as one, I didn't have to think about what foot am I stepping with, how to like load my weight and my stance, just trying to get the ball back there right. I didn't really have to worry about that as much, going on from week 4 to week 5. So yeah, and I think it's just more and more I'm playing, the more and more I feel comfortable. I think for me personally, I think I've had a good season, but with that being said, I don't think I've reached my peak by any means, my playing ability, which I'm excited about as well.
Yeah. Does getting that technique, is that just repetition, game, things like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's both. One, it's repetition in games. It's getting those reps in practice like we're doing, and then just having confidence in yourself to be able to execute the play. Just kind of like when I was a freshman, for example, you know the play, but you're double thinking yourself. You're looking at the guy you got to block and stuff like that. When now it's I don't really think about anything. Now I can just think about my technique before I snap the football, which is really good as well. And I think also being center, being a fourth-year guy, I feel like more so it's kind of I've been able to take on like more so of a leadership role as well. And I think with that, though it's nice, it also comes with a big responsibility of being able to bring it every single day at practice. And your best player's got to play. So it's if I want to be a leader and I want to be a guy, important guy on this offense, then I have to come ready, day in day out, and having good technique is one of those things.
We all know that you can practice as much as you want at this position, but sometimes you just got to go out there and see somebody else twisting, stemming, stunning.
Definitely
get your head beat in. Mitchell, how has he took your rest over the couple games he's been in?
Yeah, I think he's definitely progressed, and I think the biggest thing that Mitchell's progressed in since he's been starting, and just I think this whole season, because I've been with him since he's got here. I think mentally he's really grown. I think from the time he was a freshman till now, and the time before he started playing a lot till now, I mean he's definitely grown. Mentally, mental toughness. I definitely see him push through a lot of things that maybe he might not have beforehand. He definitely takes things more seriously. I mean, he watches film just like the rest of us, and he definitely, prepares every single game day like he's going to play every single snap, which I think is a huge improvement for him. And in return, on the field play-wise, I think he's able to have a lot more confidence in his play. Now he's not double guessed. Kind of like I was talking about myself, transition to center. Same thing for him, and I think that's really big. And I think we love seeing Mitchell, every day at practice, coming to work, working really hard. And I think more so than him having confidence in themselves, it makes me confident in him and trust him. It makes, Coach Austin, Coach Drew, Coach Sweeney trust him. All those things kind of, coexist with each other. So I think that's really cool.
Well, do you think you've helped improve your stock for the next level with what you've done this year and making that transition?
So. I think so, definitely. I mean, I think for me personally, and this is just watching my own film, watching myself progress, I think overall this is one of my better years of football since coming to college. I think, playing 2 years at guard, now playing center and more or less doing well at least. I think that's definitely helped my stock a lot. And, I look for, I'm going to come back for a fifth year. I'm taking my COVID year for eligibility. And I'm focused on Tennessee right now, but after that, I'm really looking forward to improving even better. Because like I said, I think for me, my best football is yet to come. So I'm excited for that next level. Excited to come back and play for Clemson one more year, play for this team because I really love it here. And I think with coming back with those intentions, I think I can probably improve myself even more.
But where do you feel like specifically you still want to improve to get even better for the next level?
Yeah. I think talking specifics, I think some lateral movements, working on a lot of like outside zone, reach blocks, stuff like that. Now, granted, with that being said, we don't necessarily. We run those plays, but that's not like our base thing.
Yeah.
So, you practice one thing a lot, you're going to get better at it. I think that's one thing I can get better at is kind of lateral movements, reach blocks, stuff like that. I still think on certain pass set stuff, maybe exchanging twists, getting off the ball when I have a head up nose and I know he's rushing down my throat, stuff like that. I think I can definitely improve on. And then outside of football specific stuff, I think just overall strength I can definitely improve. I think size for me is pretty good right now. I'm about 315, heavy sub in, but I feel great. I think, I still have a lot of things to improve on, but I like where I'm at, and I know I can definitely, do those things.
You want to stay at 315? Going into next season?
I'd say probably. I think 315 to 320 is good for me. I think right now, going to the off season, if I gain a couple pounds, that's fine. But coming in from last year, being around 300 pounds, I was like, yes, I want to gain weight this year. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. And if I don't, then kind of rebody comp and go from there.
Whole practice.